Hey guys, we've had a big snowfall again this morning, Poland, and I just wanted to give you a little update on where I'm at and what I've been doing, and I'm also doing this just to sort of feel the burn of doing this kind of thing. I hate holding up my phone in public because I feel like a selfie video taking narcissist who loves himself too much. But this is good because it's sort of social discomfort, and I always make a point to do more of what makes you feel a little bit socially awkward, because it strengthens you in little pieces and little ways. You know, the more vulnerable you can be around other people with, you know, doing things that might risk judgment and risk rejection, it's only a good thing. And I know through years and years of feeling fear around other people and wanting to hold back in showing myself too much, and being terribly frightened of being perceived as strange or odd. You know, I always wanted to get along and always wanted to connect. So that's the first part of this, is just kind of loosen up. And this isn't really going to go in any specific direction, this video, but again, I just want to use this as a chance to catch you guys up in terms of what I'm doing sort of in the self-development world. By the way, they've just announced heavier lockdowns here today in Poland for another 3 weeks, which doesn't mean that anything's really changed. I mean, everyone's sort of walking around with a mask hanging off their face and not really knowing what to do. Gyms and cafes and stuff are all still shut. Anyway, I also wanted to say that I'm in not a very great mood today, for whatever reason, but I still making a point of committing to my little personal challenge of sharing a video every day, even if no one watches it, even if my channel seems to be stagnating at the moment. I'm not really in it. I mean, obviously I'd like more attention and more influence, and really more so I know that I'm making an impact and I know that I'm helping people. But really the key thing is that I'm practicing the muscle. You know, I'm exercising the muscle of habit formation, creating every day, sharing what's on my mind every day to a phone, me and my phone. And the best time really to do this kind of thing is when you are in a bad mood. Obviously it's easy to do stuff like this when you're feeling it and you're kind of revved up on coffee and you've got a really good idea that you want to share. But it's on those days like this where I'm like, bloody hell, the last thing I want to do is walk along a noisy road when I'm in a shitey mood and give you guys a spiel on what I'm doing. You can tell I'm in a fantastic mood. I think just through walking, just through doing this as well, it makes me feel better. So it's also therapy for me. Anyway, I'm blabbing. This is like the least good use of YouTube viewing time. This is why my subscribership is flattening out. Yes. So, just to get back on track here, what am I up to? Well, look, things are pretty interesting for me in the self-development world. I made a point a couple of weeks ago, and I shared it in a video, that I was going to give up coffee and other things, including sugar, and go on I don't think I explicitly said this, but I said I was going to go on a ketogenic, primarily, dominantly ketogenic diet, involving mostly leaning towards the carnivore side of things. I know that this will potentially disagree with many of you vegetarian types. It's just the way I do it. It's the way I choose. It's the path I believe is the most beneficial for body and mind. Very, no simple carbs like breads, no refined sugar, no sweet juices and things like that. It's mostly committing to, and this is really for the long term, a specific type of diet, more kind of paleo, a few vegetables here and there, meats, fish, even some raw meat. They have tartar here, so I buy a fair amount of that, and there's a lot of nutrition in meat and beef and raw beef and fish. So plenty of that going down. No ice cream, none of that. And I've been holding strong for 2 weeks as of yesterday. And I've been feeling good. It has absolutely noticeable effects on my well-being, how quick my mind is. Yes, I'll have down days because I think a lot of that's to do with just the the everyday ebb and flow, but also I'm still, even after 2 weeks, going through a little bit of a withdrawal, I'd imagine, from having had sugar every day, for example, for the last few months, and having had breads and things, and it takes a while for your body to adapt. If you're going to try this, you might find yourself getting into like the carb flu, where you sort of feel ill for a few days, and you might think it's the virus, but it's not. It's just the fact that you've been off. You're changing your body. Your body's having to adapt to an entirely different intake of foodstuffs, and that's worth it. You want to go through that withdrawal. So a couple of weeks ago I decided to go cold turkey on a lot of stuff. I'd already been on nofap for a week, so I'm on 22 days of nofap, so that's fantastic. A week into that I decided to give up coffee, potentially for good, and no more sugar, except maybe after a while have a cheat day or so, but basically off sugar. I realized the reason I went into all this as well is because I realized that if I want to achieve what I want to achieve and create what I want to do and be the kind of person who takes on great clients, high ticket clients, and is an example for my tribe and my audience, I got to step up. I got to stop fannying around, fapping, eating crap, and feeling crappy as a result, and therefore not able to elevate myself to a level consciously, energetically, such that I inspire and through energy move and more effectively help more people. So I made this decision: no sugar, no coffee. A little bit of caffeine in the form of tea, that's okay. Principally keto diet. What else? No fap. That's primarily the main shifts. I had been drinking a lot of coffee, so that was a big deal for me. And I remember on the very first day that I went cold turkey from all of this, I felt so bad, so depressed. Just within the first few hours of not getting my coffee fix in the morning, I felt really just sad, and I was missing England, and I get all sentimental, and it was not a pleasant day. I had a couple of client calls, and I managed to do them okay, but I was so low. I felt like a walking corpse. But then already within a day or two after that, I was feeling lifted and clear and clean internally. My mind was working sharper. Obviously, it's difficult to pinpoint what exactly is creating my ups and downs because there are a lot of variables involved. But overall, it's been great. And the only thing I can say is to try it for yourself. You will go through withdrawals depending on how heavy you were involved in any one of these things. But I have no doubt that these things are absolutely beneficial. We all know this stuff, really. We kind of know it in our gut, and you'll feel it when you start incorporating this stuff into your life. And really, you want to do this with a view to lifting yourself energetically. There are tremendous changes that happen, and they're often kind of underestimated until you fall back into your old habits. You think, oh, it's not such a big deal, and you go back into eating sugar, and you realise how crap everything is compared. everything is heightened, your energy, but really a lot of the reason I'm doing this is to sort of have a stiller mind, connect more with my conscious self, be sharper, be more effective and powerful as a coach and a mentor. And it really is helping, like especially with the nofap thing as well, which is boosting my testosterone and creating more mental clarity. Anxiety is completely out, it's gone. No sugar will absolutely have a part to play in that. Great for just like reducing that heart rate and just feeling generally more calm, at peace. And I'm doing it and it feels good. There are down days, and today is one of those days. It could be because I had a bit of sugar yesterday. I actually I decided that after 2 weeks I'd have a little reward of a donut, so I had a bit of that. That might be having an effect, but it also might just be because I'm still going through a certain degree of withdrawal, and that's fine. That's okay. Some of the withdrawals might be really difficult for some of you guys, and it's still worth it. I encourage you to just push through it. Stay as present as you can. Don't get into your thoughts too much. Let it pass, and you will benefit in massive ways on the other side. Yes, it's can be difficult. Like right now, it's a lot easier to do this kind of thing because it's a little bit isolated with the lockdowns, and there's not so much social activity going on. And you got to look forward as well. Like, what are the incentives for you to do this? How will, by doing this, you become more effective at your work? And you will. I want to be a really masterful coach, and this is directly contributing to that. So that's where I'm at, just sort of on the self-development front. Day 22, nofap. I know that nofap can be an awkward one for me to talk about, because I'm always sort of conflicted, because I've actually lost clients in the past because they've loved my work, and then they stumbled on my YouTube, and they actually saw that I was talking about quitting porn and quitting thwapping, and got a little bit put off by that, and I lost paying clients. So it is exposure for me. It is tough for me to continually commit to sharing this kind of stuff, but I want to do it because I know that overall I'm helping more people than I'm offending. And if people want to perceive this in the way that they do, then it's up to them, and it's their loss really that they're not able to see the good in it. That they can look beyond the fact that it's not me suffering with some sinful addiction. It's about me acknowledging that it's an addiction and wanting to get rid of it, and with a view to being a better coach, a better person, a better leader. Gosh, it's another one of those long videos, guys. I hope you guys are okay with all this. Again, I want to do this justice, just to give you that update on where I am, and also use this as a kind of form of accountability, which I'd love you guys to kind of join me on and share your updates on what you're doing to become more energized, more alive, physically, spiritually, mentally. We're all in this together. This is something that we want to keep returning to. This isn't an option. This is a must, and we're all part of this. We're all part of the same deal here. We all kind of have the same worries and doubts. So let's help each other. As I said in a previous video that I was working on a course around developing good habits like this, and I'm going ahead with that, but it's going to be in the form of a book, I think, at this point. So keep your eyes and ears posted for a book that's going to come out, which will be specifically about what I'm doing, focused on raising my energy, raising my consciousness, raising my frequency as a man through good habits in the form of nofap and eating well, reducing heavy amounts of dopamine stimulation, and all the things that kind of cloud our thinking and our ability to just expand and feel good and be able to really execute on our lives in a positive way. That's it from me, guys. Signing out from Poland. We're probably going to get a lot more snow this week. I thought the snow was going to be over months ago, but we're still in it, which is kind of nice. It's kind of cozy, and yeah, all good, guys. Let me hear what you think of all this, and stay strong. If you're going through struggles right now, if you're trying to change and you're going through withdrawals, I know what it's like. It can be painful. It's just worth sticking with it. Good luck, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.